Hey, this week's video, it is warming up outside a little bit, and we're going to get some fish to put in our pond. All right, so we need to get some fish for our pond, and what we want to do, it's starting to warm up, and we're going to get some minnows and put those in the pond first and see how they do before we get the bigger fish. So not sure if we'll get all that in this video, but we're at least going to get our minnows. We need to set up our aeration, and then after that we're going to go get some minnows. So here's our little pond, and as you can see, our waterfall right over here is actually going a little bit. There's some icicles hanging off of it. It's going very slow, but the spring that feeds the pond is moving, and so that's a good sign. Anyway, we're going to stick the bubbler in here for to help aerate the pond. Run the line over to our solar panel. We got our solar panel set up here.
Yep.
A little plug and play type deal. Just plug it in and then show us the thing. It screws on there.
Don't you want it further into the water?
All right, that seems to be working good. Yeah, put some rocks on the, there you go. Now I can't fall in, that's fine. Don't do it up too good, we might have to move it again. So temperature wise, yes, technically it is still winter. It's the end of February and it is cold. However, just looking at the weather, next week they're calling for 50s all week and getting up into the 70s even. So don't know how long that's going to last or hold out, but it's getting into March and we're hitting supposedly 70 degrees. That's why we're getting minnows. We're going to start with them and see. The pond is 6 feet deep and there is some cover and habitat in there. We made a fish attractor and put that in our pond a few months back. If you want to check that out, it's called A Day in Our Life. The idea for the fish attractor we had actually gotten from one of Kendall Gray's videos where him and his dad were building a good-sized pond. So that's a quick shout out to Kendall Gray's channel. So if you do appreciate this video, we ask that you would share it with your friends, please. And also, if you wouldn't mind, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel if you haven't done that already. Well, we're in the vehicle now and we're gonna go get some fish to put in the pond. We got plenty of things in there already that just live there naturally. We got frogs and crawdads and some salamanders and different things like that. We have put some fish in there last year and there might be some left, don't know, or they might have gotten eaten by the other things. Who knows. And what all do they sell down there?
I think they got bass, crappie, and shiners.
Yeah, and they got carp and koi fish,
bluegill.
Somebody wanting a snapping turtle?
Yep. Don't get a man-eating catfish.
You don't need man-eating catfish. No. If you didn't see that video, check it out. Walk through a swamp. I'll try to put a link in here. Or a hike through a swamp. I forget what we called it. I'll try to get a link in here. Yeah, so when we actually stock the pond later on, we'll probably get some different things. Red-eared sunfish, which also known as shell crackers. We haven't had any snail problems, but you want some of those in a pond just in case you do get snail problems. They eat the snails. They'll crack the shells and they basically clean them up. Grass carp are good to have. I know there's a lot of people who are against the grass carp. if you get a sterile grass carp, they can't reproduce. They'll help keep things cleaned up, and they're good for a pond. But yeah, otherwise, we want some crappie, bass, bluegill. Yeah, I don't know. We'll make that decision later, but basically that's what we want to get. Well, we got our minnows. We got, what do we get here? Crappie, bass, and shiners. So we got a dozen of each. And then they really fill that bucket full. We're gonna dump out a little bit of that water because I don't like that sloshing around in the truck. Don't lose any fish. You can probably get rid of about half of that water. Yeah, in our little pond, we have crawdads in there and frogs, and there's probably some other little fish in there as well from last year. So anyway, we're just putting in some more. We're gonna see how these do. We don't know what's in there, but we're gonna put these in and we're gonna see how they do. And depending on, you know, do we see a lot of dead fish or not? I mean, I doubt that we will. Like I said, there's plenty of cover down in the bottom, and it's 6 feet deep, and it's warming up like it is. I doubt that we're really gonna see any fish die off, but we like to get a few and experiment and see how it is before we get a whole bunch to put in there. What happened there?
2 of them ended up jumping out when I was dumping out some of the water.
Oh no, you saved them?
Yeah, they're back in there.
They're back in. Here we are back at the pond, and we've got our fish sitting in here. So we've set our bucket down in the water. It's been sitting there for at least an hour to acclimate to the temperature of the pond before just dumping them in. At least that's what we've always been told and done, and etc. So anyway, I'm no fish expert, but yeah, this is how we do it. So now that they've had a while to be acclimating to the temperature, we're gonna dump them in.
Okay.
Take the lid off. Why don't we get, we don't know what's what, but yeah, this is what we've got. We've got bass, crappie, and some fathead minnows. That's just a minnow. Yeah, all right, let's put them in. There's 36 little fish.
Okay, maybe listen to maybe listen.
Dump them in there.
I don't know. They all kind of sank to the bottom.
Oh, they're looking for where it's warmer. It's warmer at the bottom.
Yeah.
That guy is right on the top. So that's 36 little fish that we've added here. We'll see how they do, and if we get any dead ones, if any of them die off, we'll just see, you know, is the water warm enough? It probably is, as I said, 6 feet deep, so they can get down in there where it's warmer. So we'll find out. I mean, we're kind of excited to get fish in here, and we're definitely looking forward to it. We don't want to be too early because, you know, if it's too cold, you know, they're not going to survive. But then again, if they acclimate to the water temperature, fish will stay in here over winter. It's definitely deep enough for our area. It's not going to get super cold as long as we would keep the ice off of it. So I'm not really worried about it. But yeah, we're just do a little bit of precaution and give it a little test here. Here's our little pond from another angle. This is our waterfall right here. And it comes off, there's a little stream that feeds this. It's a spring that comes out of the hill. There's another little pond back in there, and there's a spring that feeds that. So that's how the water comes in. It comes down from the spring into a little pond and then runs down this little stream into this one. So yeah, that's how we get our water in this pond. If it's running and the waterfall's, you know, going, I don't know, full bore or whatever you want to call it, it aerates the pond naturally. But just in case it doesn't, we have a little fountain bubbler thing that's solar powered, and that aerates a little bit as well. It probably doesn't do a whole lot, but running constantly like that, it does do some. been a few days since we stuck the minnows in here, and just coming out to check on them. Everything's fine. We haven't found any floaters, so they've all survived, so happy about that. So yeah, we're feeding them, and they seem to be doing good. So far it's good. So the pond's filling up. If you can hear it, our waterfall is running pretty good. Eventually it'll run a lot more than that, but for right now it's doing pretty good for the time of year. So anyway, yeah, that's what's going on with the pond. Good that the fish have survived their first few days, so time to go in the house and see what's going on. Hey, what is going on in the kitchen?
We're gonna bake a bunch of bread.
Must be bread day, huh?
Yeah.
And it's about dinner time too. What are you and Mama doing for dinner here?
Salmon.
Whose is this one?
This is for the papa.
Oh, this one's gonna be mine. Is that all the fish I get?
For now.
God bless you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Oh, I leave that camera on. Hey, kitty, kitty. You don't have a care in the world, do you? Hey, where'd you go?
Over here.
Whoop. Hey, watch out. Looking online, looking on YouTube some, and I found... Well, if you've enjoyed this video, please share it with your friends and hit that like button if you haven't done so already. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. We put out new videos every week, every Friday morning. And if you'd like to receive notifications when we do upload the next video, hit that notification bell. And check out our channel. We have several videos just like this one or very similar. We do various things including hiking, biking, boating, fishing, builds of various kinds. Mostly outdoor activities. Some homesteading is thrown in there as well. Thank you. We'll see you on the next one.